In this episode of Pop Culture Weekly, I talk with the cast of Amazon Prime Video's Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power Season 2. And I talk to Cody Walker about FuelFest. Let's go!
Welcome to Pop Culture Weekly with Kyle McMahon from iHeartRadio. Your pop culture news, views, reviews, and celebrity interviews on all the movies, TV, music, and pop culture you crave weekly. Here's Kyle McMahon.
What's up? Welcome to Pop Culture Weekly with Kyle McMahon. I, of course, am Kyle McMahon, and I thank you once again for hanging out with me for another episode of Pop Culture Weekly. This week, it's all interviews, no rotating panel of guest hosts for this episode, because we have so many interviews relating to the Lord of the Rings, the Rings of Power. Cody Walker returns, the brother of Paul Walker, the founder of FuelFest and the CEO of Reach Out Worldwide, an incredible organization. Cody comes back once again, and we discuss FuelFest, which is a amazing time if you haven't been, and also Reach Out Worldwide, what he's doing with that, which is such an incredible organization that, you know, his brother Paul Walker started, and Cody is keeping that legacy going. Depending on when you are listening, the Mid-Atlantic FuelFest date is at New Jersey Motorsports Park in Jersey, September 14th from 1 to 8. And then there's a bunch of dates coming up, including Atlanta in October and Tokyo, as well as Scottsdale, Arizona, which is where Cody is from, and it's kind of his hometown, finale for the season. That's December 7th. So you can get all the info at fuelfest.com. So let's jump in to my conversation with Cody Walker. So once again, I welcome to iHeartRadio, Pop Culture Weekly, Cody Walker, FuelFest, Reach Out Worldwide. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great, Kyle. Thanks for having me back, man.
Of course.
Your year flies by fast.
It really does. So what has the last year brought for you?
The last year's has been epic, man. We've just had a bunch of shows all across the world. I'm leaving for Japan in 2 days
Nice.
for our third year of FuelFest in Tokyo. I'm really looking forward to that, obviously. Yeah. But it's just been incredible. It's been a good ride so far. I've got 3 kids now. I got 2 home from sick from school today. So if you hear anything, apologies. Both my wife and I work, so it's tough. Yeah,
for sure. So FuelFest continues to grow. If somebody hasn't yet heard of it, tell them about it.
Yeah, well, it's like a gathering of car enthusiasts and movie lovers. It's putting together love of cars, bringing the culture together. So it's a car meet and a car show, and it has motorsports all day long. And in New Jersey this year, we'll have roll racing again down the back straight, and we're also going to be drifting all day long. And that is getting in these high horsepower rear-wheel drive cars and going very fast and sliding around corners. And we're going to be using the entire track, the big track, at New Jersey Motorsports Park this year. And I believe that's a first. They've never allowed that before. And people can go for ride-alongs on the big track with a pro.
Wow.
It's pretty cool, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And
I can't, and one other thing I can't forget is we do a big stage with live music. This year we're going to have ASAP 12E is going to be performing for us from the ASAP crew, so we're really excited about that too. That's going to be cool.
Yeah, for sure. And that's what I was going to bring up was you have a whole music element, and there's vendors. It's kind of a whole community there for the day, which is pretty cool.
Yep, that's right. It's a family friendly event, so kids 12 and under are in free, and there's something for everybody at all these shows, and we're very proud of that.
And why was that important to you to make it free for kids 12 and under?
Oh man, if there's any way that we can help families out, I mean, times are tough right now, but I think the biggest part of it was I want to make it as accessible for youth as I can because they are the future. I'm trying to generate more love and affection for cars, like feed the youth, create that next generation of car lover. And so that's been part of the game plan since day one. That's why we do it that way.
I love that. And as a father of three, I'm sure
I get it.
Exactly. And you can get in. I mean, it's super affordable. That it's like $40 for a 4-pack right now or something, which is awesome. So it's not like one of these events where you're spending $100 just for yourself to get in, and that
No.
you can go affordably yourself, your family, your friends, whatever, a date, and go and have a great time. And all of this stuff is going on, and it's for like 7 hours too.
Yeah, it's from 1 to 8. And the other thing I wanted to add that we got into last year, Kyle, is the main reason why I even put this thing together was to create a fun way to, yes, inspire the next generation, but also create something that can generate some funding for Reach Out Worldwide, which is the foundation that my late brother Paul Walker founded back in 2010. And so to date, through these shows, we've been able to raise over $500,000 for Reach Out Worldwide. So it's really incredible. It feels good. And whether people know it or not, when they come to the show, like a portion of everything they're doing is going to Reach Out Worldwide. So it's really special. It's really cool. I love to brag about that a little bit, but it's really everybody that comes to the show that's made that happen. You know what I mean?
For sure.
It's really, really neat.
And that's a great thing to brag about, because $500,000 is a lot of money, and it's helped a lot of people. Tell somebody that may be unfamiliar what Reach Out Worldwide does specifically.
Reach Out Worldwide does disaster relief. Don't think like Red Cross level, anything like that. It's a small organization, but it's small by design. Is what Paul wanted. It allows the organization to get through a lot of the red tape and get small groups of people in there to help with either mucking and gutting houses or getting people medical supplies, water, food. It's coming in after tornadoes and tsunamis and hurricanes and earthquakes. We've responded to wildfires and done wildfire relief for communities that have been devastated by that. I mean, there's no shortage of natural disasters to go around, and we're just one of those little groups in there that we encourage our followers and supporters to directly get involved. ROWW.org. People can learn about how they can get involved, whether that's being the boots on the ground, being a volunteer, or wanting to start their own fundraiser. So I encourage everyone to go and check that out.
I love that so much. And what got you into your passion for cars and the community?
It's like so many people that I meet. I'm the youngest of 4. Paul was the oldest. I'm 15 years younger than he was. So naturally had a huge impact on me. Fast and the Furious came out well before I had my driver's license or could drive, or I was just dreaming of driving at that point. And who instilled that in Paul was our father. Our father was always into cars and motorcycles, and our grandfather. So I think it's something that runs in the family. But those are your formative years. Being 15 years younger, when Paul was doing all these crazy Fast and Furious movies and really getting indoctrinated himself by the tuner culture. Like, he became really into the whole tuner car scene, and it obviously brushed off me in a big way. I was going for rides in his epic cars at the time that were unobtainium, R34 GTRs and all of that stuff. Back when they were getting those in long before they were 25 years old. For those that don't know, there's some funny import rules when it comes to vehicles that were never originally sold in the United States. But he had a huge impact on me. I grew up loving cars, and he just fed me even more of it. So that's kind of how this all has come together.
And it's beautiful that you have, making this one of your making this, I think is the right word, one of your life's missions now to carry on that legacy, in both Reach Out Worldwide and FuelFest, and kind of combining those two with that lifelong, passion that you've had, honoring Paul, and doing great work surrounding it. It's really a beautiful thing.
I appreciate that. You never know what life's gonna throw at you, or what's gonna change. It's typically when you think you have things figured out that someone said, like, life is like got two hands, and the one hand they're giving you the butterscotch, and in the other hand it's like smacking you across the face. I was a paramedic up in Oregon at the time that Paul passed away, so it was just kind of a weird how everything kind of fell together. Him and I were extremely close. So everything that he had done was like a part of him that he had left behind. And so me being a paramedic, I was like, okay, Reach Out Worldwide. Like, how do we help this survive without Paul? He was the heart and soul of this. He funded this 100%. How do we make sure this continues onward? And then of course my genuine love of cars. And then here we are all these years later. It's been a wild ride, but I'm so humbled and touched by the success that we've been able to see with FuelFest, and then therefore allowing Reach Out Worldwide to continue to thrive and grow and do more good. It's just been, it's been incredible. I know Paul would be blown away because it was just such a simple, small idea that he had years ago, and the fact that it's still going on strong. We're 11. November is going to be 11 years since we lost Paul. So it's a big deal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And, my belief is that he is, watching you do this and is with you and is, so proud of all that you're doing. And, I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry. Yeah, there's a lot of people that make this whole thing possible. I want to make sure everybody realizes that. Like, there's a lot of spokes in this wheel. I have an incredible team. My wife just is incredible, and my family to be able to do this. I'm just kind of the face, I guess, in a way. But there's so many incredible people behind the scenes at work to make all of this possible. Reach Out Worldwide. And of course, these events, FuelFest. So
yeah, there's a whole absolutely. There's always a whole team behind all of us that do various things that often don't get that love. So I love that you shouted them out. But you and I talked, I think, about my mom who had passed a few years ago, last year, and one of the things she said to me before she passed was, if you're when you need me, just talk to me. You may not see me, you may not hear me, but I promise you I'm there, and so just talk to me, I'm there. And I truly believe that. I have had experiences, which, we'll get into in this show, but I had experiences that to me, there's no doubt that she is there and they are with us, and not only live through our work and our lives, but come and check us out. You know what I mean? And so for me, in my belief, there's no doubt that he is with you and watching you and just egging you on to keep going because you're doing such great things.
And your mom is there as well. I have no doubt. I'm with you on that, Kyle, 100%. I often talk to those that I've lost, sometimes out loud even,
So me too.
Yeah, I feel that, brother.
Yeah. You are so up, besides Japan coming up, then you have Jersey, and then I believe Atlanta.
Yeah. In Atlanta. That'll be the first. We've never gone to Atlanta before. So that's a first for us. That's October the 19th, actually.
Okay. And then you kind of, that's your last one for the season, right? For the year?
No, we actually end the year in what is now my home state of Arizona.
Okay.
In Scottsdale.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So for those listening, if you've heard of Barrett Jackson, big car auction house, wonderful people over there. That's where they have their big auction every year, is at Westworld. So this is going to be our second year at Westworld. I believe our fourth or fifth year here in Arizona now. So it's cool. We kind of bring it home at the very end of the year.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that. Have a big homecoming. And then at the end of the year, you'll announce dates and cities for next year as well.
That's right. Towards the end of this year, we hope to have the whole thing all scheduled out and drop that as soon as possible, because we do have some new locations for next year. Sweet. And a lot of fun stuff up our sleeves and in the works that I'm really excited about.
Awesome. That's so dope. Where can we, no matter where they're watching or listening, where can we get information on FuelFest and Reach Out Worldwide and everything?
Yeah, we made it easy for everyone. It's fuelfest.com. Head on over there, fuelfest.com. Give the Instagram page, Facebook page a follow as well. Obviously, that's the quickest, in turnover of information. But fuelfest.com, that's how you can find your way to get tickets or get involved being a vendor or sponsor in a future show. And then for Reach Out Worldwide, we just do ROWW for Reach Out Worldwide, ROWW.org. That'll take you to the homepage for Reach Out Worldwide, where you can learn how to get involved with the foundation.
I love that so much. Cody, thank you, as always, for speaking with me.
Thank you.
Of course. I can't wait till FuelFest comes to Jersey, and I can't wait for everybody to go and see it at their nearest location.
Yeah, man, me neither. It's going to be a good time. Year 2 in Atlanta. Last year was an awesome year, which is why we're back. So we're really looking forward to the show.
Yeah, that'll be a great one. Is there any, and you might not be able to tell me, but is there any cities in like your, 5-10 year plan or whatever that you're like, I want to go, that's a, culturally relevant city for tuner heads, or is that's what they're called, right?
No, for sure. There's so many. I really want to get down into South America. Central and South America would be just absolutely nuts. I think like Brazil would be wild for a lot of reasons. The Brazilians love motorsports too. So that would be pretty neat. I want to get back over to the UK and do another show. It's been years since we've done that. We've grown so much. In Europe in general, I want to get over to Germany. Germany would be nuts. I think Germany would be a place where we'd need to do 2 cities. Yeah. 2 weekends in a row to like spread the love, because there's obviously no surprise that there's a lot of people that love cars over there. So the list could go on and on, really. It's really special and really cool to be doing a show in Japan. I mean, for obvious reasons for the tuner folk out there, that is home. So it's been really incredible to be able to do that. This is going to be year number 3 for us over in Japan. There's a lot of places. There's I say, this isn't me. This has been used a million times. I know it has. It's, cars are it's a universal language, love of cars. So you can go anywhere and make friends real quick. You go to like a car meet or a car, meetup or something. It's like, it's a shared passion. So the automotive culture is just, it's alive, and it's everywhere. Mm-hmm. It's everywhere. You'll find motorheads everywhere. And so I think the sky is really the limit. I think as we kind of move along doing more of these shows, we're going to identify more places that would be a really good fit. And put it together. And it takes an incredible team. And to do these international shows, it requires a lot of trust and finding the right people to work with in those countries. Because, Motorhead, no one knows it better than the locals, right? Yeah. So, that's kind of how we play that. We want to play nice with everybody and not step on toes, and just put together like a fun event with no ego. Yeah. And we succeed in doing that. We crush that. That's why people like our shows. And that's why we always are so open to families and stuff. You'll see kids and stuff running around. It's just fun. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to watch you continue to expand and grow and raise money for a great cause, man. You're doing awesome work, Cody.
Thank you so much, Kyle.
Of course, brother.
To you again.
Thank you. You as well. Cody Walker. It's always a great time talking with him. FuelFest, it's such a cool event, tour, really, that is just such it's this community that comes together, and everybody's so friendly, and, there's so much stuff to do, and you could go, and not spend $1 if you don't want, and see all this cool stuff and meet all these cool people. It's really, really, really great. You can get more information on FuelFest at fuelfest.com or get your tickets as well. And for Reach Out Worldwide, the organization, you can go to roww.org. Your donation to Reach Out Worldwide helps the teams there of medical experts and disaster relief professionals to immediately respond when disasters strike. They have over 3,000 volunteers across the country. It is a pretty incredible organization. It's a registered 501c3 nonprofit founded by Paul in 2010 after the Haiti earthquake. And it's only grown from there. And thanks to Cody and his team, it's continued to grow and continued to help people all across not just the country, but all across the world. So there you go. Reach Out Worldwide, roww.org, and FuelFest at fuelfest.com. All right, next up. You may remember that last year, it was actually 2 years ago, for the first season of Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power, I interviewed the entire cast. And we had a great time talking to, I had a great time talking to all of them before the show started. Now that we're in season 2 years later, some different perspective, and season 2 was really good. So I had a bunch of questions to ask the cast. I talk with Charlie Vickers, Charles Edwards, Daniel Wayman, Megan Richard, Markella Kavanaugh, Benjamin Walker, and Ismael Cruz Cordova. And it is a really great group that I'm talking with. Great groups that I'm talking with today. But it's all about Lord of the Rings, the Rings of Power Season 2. It is so good. It is streaming right now exclusively on Prime Video. And, it is, if you're a Lord of the Rings fan and you haven't watched Rings of Power, even if you're not a Lord of the Rings fan, if you enjoy, fantasy and wizards and power and rings of power, you will love the Lord of the Rings of Power. So make sure that you tune in. You can check out my interviews with the cast from season 1. I'll have that in the show notes, so just click on that, and that'll take you to that episode. If for some reason you have missed an episode of my show, and if you have, what? But if not, and you just want to listen to it again, obviously, then click on that link in the show notes, and that'll take you to that episode. So without further ado, let's just jump into these interviews. So as you know, the Lord of the Rings, the Rings of Power, it's based on the J.R.R. Tolkien's history of Middle-earth and the primarily taken from the appendices of the Lord of the Rings. The series is set thousands of years before the books in the Second Age of Middle-earth. And so season 1 depicts the emergence of the Dark Lord Sauron and the forging of the first Rings of Power that, become prominent in The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. But it's incredible. Amazon acquired the rights to the series back in 2017. The first season came out in 2022, and now season 2 is here for 2024. So first up, let's talk with Benjamin Walker and Ismael Cruz Cordova. Benjamin plays Gil-Galad, the High King of Elves, and Ismael plays Arondir, who, is that kind of forbidden love thing going on. So let's jump right into my interviews with Ben and Ismael. Here they are, Benjamin Walker and Ismael Cruz Cordova. First of all, great speaking with both of you. Congratulations on season 2. Your characters are layered and complicated and amazing as a viewer to watch. What is it like for both of you to be in this world of Middle Earth?
A boyhood dream come true. I'm gonna say, it's what when you're a kid and you're running around in the woods with a bow and arrow you made out of sticks and shoelace.
You had shoelaces?
I found it in the dirt. It's uphill both ways. No, but genuinely, like, you wish you could go back to that kid and say, someday you're going to get paid to do that.
I mean, it's just so. I mean, we can talk about this for ages, but I have to second that. It is a childhood dream. And that informs a lot. It really does help that it's a childhood dream, because the kind of sense of wonder and commitment and passion, and you have to that it requires to be in Middle Earth. You have to allow yourself to be completely engulfed by what it is. You can't have a foot in and a foot out. You have to be Gil-Galad. You have to be Arondir. You have to really embody this. So, I mean, and I speak for both of us. I think it's a dream come true. We're extremely grateful to be working and to be in something that means so much to so many people.
Mm. And speaking of Arondir, you had, I would say your theme in a lot of ways with the first season was this kind of forbidden love, which obviously is going to be a little bit different this season. How for you as an actor, how is that arc? How are you tackling that arc?
There's deep wound that Arondir came into the show already. You can sense it. There's something that bothers him. There's like a crack in his heart. There's a crack in his soul. Then his soul. There's so many questions that he has about who he is and what life is and what is being enough. And so this shift in this forbidden love just further deepens those questions, what his position is in Middle Earth. There's a huge question, and I think the audience sees it too. It's like, so where is this guy going? what is he doing here? Because we have all these the heavy hitters. But it's like, what is this guy? And he asks himself that the same question: what role do I play in this whole thing? And I think that's the guiding motivation, just to give you a general.
Spoiler free, yeah.
Nugget, yeah.
And Benjamin, for you, High King of Elves, and in the interest of time, what is your favorite Elvish saying that you have learned?
And the one I think actually is pretty applicable to the second season is the term grach, which is an Elvish slur. It's an Elvish slur. It's an Elvish slur, which
no slurring.
You watch your slurring mouth. It's an Elvish swear. Thank you. That means basically like crap, or like cleaner version would be because the elves, in spite of their infinite wisdom, have found themselves having made some mistakes. We're caught on the back foot, and there's no better way to sum it up other than grach.
I love that.
Fire.
Grach. Thank you both very much. I can't wait for everybody to see The Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power, exclusively on Prime. Thank you. Benjamin Walker and Ismael Cruz Cordova. Love those guys. And their character arcs in season 2. I can't wait to talk to you about it. So, anyway, we got a lot to cover. Let's take a quick break to pay the bills, and we'll be back. All right. Thank you for hanging with me through our sponsors, they allow me to do this show. They allow me to do this as a job, to watch movies and series like before they come out and then go and talk to them, like talk to the people in them, talk to, some of my favorite actors and artists and all. So anyway, thank you to my sponsors, to our sponsors. Thank you to you for making this show grow each and every week and supporting our sponsors. That's so huge. Okay. Daniel Wayman, Megan Richard, and Markella Kavanaugh. And Markella plays Nori Brandyfoot, a kind of predecessor to Hobbits. Same thing with Megan, who plays Poppy. I love Poppy so much. And then Daniel Wayman plays the mysterious The Stranger, who I thought was Sauron, but is not. And I think lots of people thought that, according to like Reddit and, what you guys were talking about during season 1, but it went on a very different track, surprising and awesome. So anyway, I'm getting sidetracked as I always do. Let's get into my interviews with Daniel Wayman, Megan Richard, and Markella Kavanaugh. First of all, it's great to speak to all of you again. Thank you so much for speaking with me. I've got to say, so I enjoy all of you, but Markella and Megan, Poppy, Nori and Poppy, your relationship, the two of you together, it's so endearing and I really love it. And then Daniel, your relationship with the two of them is also, it's such an interesting thing. So my point and question is does that come off, offset as well? Is that why it's translating so well on set, on camera?
First of all, you have a lovely voice.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, it's very resonant. Anyway, sorry.
Thank you.
I think, it's such a pleasure to work with people who you naturally sort of get on with. I feel like sort of from day one, it's felt easy anyway. And I've wanted to get to know you. But also what's great is that the characters have such an incredible relationship, and I think that especially Poppy and Nori's relationship has been written so well, and I feel like the showrunners really knew what that relationship was sort of from the get-go. So it kind of feels easy, just for me anyway, to fall into that. But yes, offset, we are definitely family.
Yeah. There's something cool that happens when I think your characters all have unique sort of characteristics that they bring to the table when you're all together that complement each other. That means that you're all fairly equal. There's no power imbalance, or if there is a power imbalance, it shifts later and shifts later and shifts later, and that makes it quite easy to both work together, but also to you cherish the other people and you respect them for what they bring to the table, and that's a great way of working, I think.
I love that. And for you, Daniel, as I was watching season 1, I thought that your character was going to be somebody that you ended up not being, and then I was shocked at the end. As you all were reading the scripts, did you get that enjoyment in the surprises as well? Or does it kind of, it's work at the end of the day for you, so it's just like, oh, okay, and you move on? Like, is there some of that fanboy, fangirl, excitement as you're going through?
Yeah, I mean, I think that, like with anything that I watch or with anything that I read, it is always exciting when you have anticipation around a character that you think might be this or you think might be that. And it's all about, you feel like you're really involved in the journey of them discovering who they are as characters and you discovering that along, with them. I really love that as a viewer and as a character. I feel like then you feel so invested in their journey. The what if is really, it's fun and it's exciting, and I can see why people
We were lucky enough to read some of when the episodes came out, we would read them often together, and it was really exciting because you didn't know what was going to happen, and it was, we'd sort of catch each other and go, "Oh my god!" And the page turned, and it keeps going. Yeah, it was great.
And how do you keep? Besides being contractually obligated, how do you keep the secrets and the? I just feel like it's so exciting that I guess you can talk to each other. That's how you can kind of talk about it, right?
Totally.
Yeah. And also I think sometimes it takes the fun out of it if you reveal too much, because otherwise what is there to watch?
Yeah.
And it's really fun to, I think, hold things back, and then you get And then especially, like you said that you were surprised. Like that's such a wonderful, incredible reaction that you could now share with us. Like I think that wouldn't have necessarily happened if we told you.
Right. Thank you, all three of you. You are a delight to watch and talk to. I can't wait for everybody to see Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power Season 2. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Take care.
You too. Daniel Wayman, Megan Richard, and Markella Kavanaugh. Love, love, love them. Love the Harfoots. I love that storyline through The Rings of Power. And Poppy and Nori are just a good time. I love their show. And then, pairing them with Daniel Wayman as the stranger, like it's just such a good mix. I love it. In any event, last set of interviews. I'm like torn between telling you, but I also like you're going to know if you watch season 1. You already know. I'm just going to say it. So here's a spoiler. So if you haven't yet watched season 1 or the end of season 1, then like skip the next 20 seconds. Okay. All right. Charlie plays the shapeshifter who we know as the evil Dark Lord Sauron. We saw him in many different forms in the first season. And of course, Charles plays Celebrimor, who's, he's kind of like Oppenheimer in a lot of ways, which, I'm going to ask him about. But in any event, I'm getting distracted again, like I always do. Let's get right into the interviews. Charlie Vickers and Charles Edwards.
Hey, Kyle.
Hey, great to talk with both of you again. Thanks for speaking with me. Charlie, I want to start with you. You are a shapeshifter. You've played many shapes in this series so far. What has that been like for you to be able to kind of, put on different masks, if you will?
It's a real privilege. I mean, it's kind of an actor's dream, right? It's why I got into acting, I think, and something that I've connected to with the craft of it, I guess, since I started doing it. And to have the kind of role where you can really lean into transformative work has been really incredible. So there has been a lot of hard work to distinguish the different characters. But the stuff I've really enjoyed has been developing different vocal, changing, my vocal work and physical work to suit what I imagine the characters to be.
I love that. And Charles, for you, Celebrimor has been, I would say, almost like the Oppenheimer of Middle Earth in some ways. Would you agree with that kind of assessment?
You know what? I like this. It's been coming up quite a bit recently, and I like it because, yes, I think there are a lot of similarities. Unleashing this thing that he's uncertain of the effect the effect it's going to have. But there's certainly the torture that's the kind of mental torture that Oppenheimer goes through, and the shall I, shan't I dilemma, and all those things I think are very applicable. But Oppenheimer is less under in the thrall of a guy like Sauron. Sauron is pulling the strings ultimately, although it is very much a power play between the two of these characters.
Yeah,
they both need each other for various things, so that makes it more interesting that way.
And for both of you, I spoke to you season 1 before that launched. Now I'm speaking to you before season 2 launches. How are you different from when we talked this time last year in regards to yourselves and the show?
Well, I think it's probably 2 years now since we did this press tour, and
has it been 2 years?
Yeah, I think so. And I think I was cast in this show in 2019. So, and we've just done the second season, right? So it's a lot of things have changed personally. I mean, but I guess for me, it's about getting really comfortable and adjusting to doing a show on this scale and living in this world. And I think just naturally living with a character for so long, it's my first experience of that, it just deepens your understanding because it's kind of always there on the back burner in the back of your mind. Whether you're doing another project in between, I'm kind of always thinking about this character because I know I'll be returning to it at some point. Yeah, and that's a real joy.
Yeah, it is. To know something is ongoing, even though there are these huge gaps between each season, it really absorbs you, even when you're not doing it. And I think this season we're a lot more grounded. We're a lot more... well, it's still amazing to walk onto those sets, but we're a lot more au fait with it now. So, and also the stories are really settling now. Now we're telling the stories.
I love it. I can't wait for everybody to see season 2. Thank you both for speaking with me, and I look forward to speaking with you again.
Thank you very much. Thanks for your time. Thanks, Kyle.
Thank you. Charlie Vickers and Charles Edwards. Like, I can't tell you how cool it is for me to be able to say that I just talked to Sauron. Not only like this time, but I talked to him last season too, not even knowing that he was Sauron, which is crazy. Like, this is like a childhood dream come true. So I'm so stoked. I'm so hyped for you to see season 2 of The Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power, exclusively on Prime Video. Do yourself a favor, please watch it so we can talk about episode 1. I can't wait to talk to you about it. If you haven't joined the conversation yet, you can hit me up on any social, at KMacMusic or at Real Kyle McMahon or at Pop Culture Weekly. You'll find me everywhere. Pick one and hit me up. Or send your hate mail, as always, to my email, which many of you do. Love that. Keep that coming, please. And, all right. We got some exciting stuff coming up in the next few episodes. We're getting close to my favorite time of year, Halloween. So you know it's going to be an all-horror October slate of Pop Culture Weekly episodes. All right. That's all for this episode. Talk to you soon. I will see you next week. I love you. We out.
Thank you for listening to Pop Culture Weekly. Hear all the latest at popcultureweekly.com.
I hear hobbitses. I hear hobbitses. And my precious